Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Alleged Tea, hosted by your girl, Taylor-Nicole, otherwise known as Lady Aguilera 2.0 on TikTok. Today we have a guest. Mr.
She called me miss like 30 seconds ago, so let's just be happy she got the miss.
We cannot. We stand pronouns.
This is my friend Valentina. She's an ally. Say hi, Valentina.
Ally!
That was actually pretty good.
Wait, is that what she says?
Yeah.
I thought she says hi.
No, she says ally.
Okay, period. Okay, so anyways, this is Kevin Delgado. He's my best friend. We've been best friends since sophomore year of high school. We've been through the trenches together. I know the story I wanted to tell them.
Which one?
This is such a good one.
Which one are you gonna start
Oh
with?
my god, it's so good. But you have to okay what I'm about to say.
Okay, just whisper it, friend. Okay, yeah, you can do that one.
Yeah, that was good, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Kevin have been best friends since sophomore year of high school. How we became friends, a little bit of a tragedy. We're not gonna go over that though, but just know it bonded us for life, okay? We dropped hoes in high school.
You can't tell that story.
Bitches. Well, we didn't hit anybody, allegedly, okay?
I think I did.
No, you threw a dollar bill. So technically it has nothing to do with that. So
I wasn't violent yet.
No.
That came later.
Yeah, he just threw a dollar bill. So the object hit her, which was paper.
But we were at school. Oh, that doesn't make it better. No, we were in high school, so everything was petty back then. It didn't matter.
Yeah, it was just she deserved it.
No consequences. I wasn't 18 yet.
She deserved it though.
No, she did.
Yeah, and it was like $20.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's broke now, so.
Okay. But anyways, well, as I was saying, me and Kevin have been in the trenches together. We've been friends for 12 plus years now. So we were jobless together. We were broke together. There was a lot of moments where we were just in the trenches, but there is one specific summer that me and Kevin always refer to.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I think it was 2020.
That was COVID summer. Summer
it?
after COVID. So 2021. Bitch.
You have demons attached.
We're at your house.
Every time you come around, there's some type of creepy shit.
Well, we used to live together. Taylor would say I used to bring spirits home with me because it was only when I was home that her window would open and close by itself.
Truth. This is water, by the way.
I'm not allowed to use those glasses anymore because I already broke one.
Me and Kevin have been friends for ever, right? And we have been broke together many times, but there was one specific summer that it was 2020 or after 2020, after COVID. Okay, we both got into a situationship at the beginning of summer, very much summer fling vibes, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna refer to my man as, he's not my man.
Get over it! He's not yours anymore.
Liam? Okay, we're gonna call it. Okay, we're gonna call him Liam the Love Bomber, and then Kevin has a man that's. You don't have a man.
No, Taylor, enough.
No, who are you gonna call him?
No, you said what, Liam? I'm gonna do Carter the car kier.
Oh, Carter the car kier. Period. Okay, you know, honestly, that's perfect. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. But we both started talking to these men at the same time, right? I had my own little side quest of issues with this man. Okay.
All summer long. All summer long. No, multiple red flags were ignored. Beaming red. And she said, he's so sweet.
Can see Okay, I don't even know how to explain the issues that I had with this man.
How it started?
It's a sensitive subject.
Oh, for some of us.
He would just do things that I just was looking past because I'm an understanding person, I feel.
She was lonely. We were all lonely after COVID, I think. We were all looking for the slightest bit of attention. I mean, rightfully so. He was sweet at first. It wasn't bad.
He sent me flowers, but he was love bombing a little bit.
Taylor, the bottom of the standard is on the floor.
It was 4 days in.
He sent me flowers. It's fine.
But it was 4 days in, he sent me flowers, and I was oh
sweet.
my goodness.
In today's day and age, nobody does that anymore.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Maybe just people that we date.
Yeah. Well, nobody I date does that.
No, just your friends.
Oh my god, shut up.
Kevin has friends that are literally fall in love with him, and he doesn't want cut that out.
It's not my fault.
Okay. So anyways, this guy, Mr. Liam, I'm seeing him, whatever, and it ends up that he was fucking his friends. That's what the tea was. That's what we found out.
A serial friend fucker.
Yeah, just fucking all his friends.
One is okay, things happen, but 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and those are the people you're chilling with 24/7. And then Kevin's issue with, what did we call him? Carter the key.
Oh, yeah, Carter the car key.
Okay, Kevin's issue with him is that he was dating a serial, like a fucking sociopath.
No, he actually was.
Like a legit sociopath.
And before we even started, like our entire friend group had already like ousted him. Nobody wanted to invite him around anymore. And I was like, no, he's fine. He's misunderstood. Give him a chance. I promise.
But it was because he had such a great personality.
He was really funny and
he was hilarious.
Yeah.
And so you were like, okay, we're gonna make an exception because
Yeah.
he's a personality hire.
No, very much so. I 100% agree.
And
Of
so-
the guys I've dated, he definitely hit the ground running. And he was very, very like forward from the beginning.
I want you.
Like, no, he brought out the fucking, like the original classics. Like he was like,
Did he get you flowers?
no, but remember we went to the beach like the first time that we met and he was like, do you work out? And I was like,
No, that's a praise kink. That's not.
okay, well, whatever the fuck you want to call it, praise
No,
kink.
because
Like,
I said on TikTok, I was like, oh my gosh, I love the fact when like a guy blows my ego up and everybody's commenting, sweetie, sis, it's a praise kink that you have.
I have a praise kink then. The fuck?
Kevin was talking to this guy that was actually like apeshit fucking batshit crazy, like actually. And then I don't remember how you guys ended.
In a crazy twist though, it turned me on in the beginning. Like, he did some crazy shit like the first few weeks and it was hot. It was hot.
It was not.
It was hot for me.
Okay, well, and Kevin does this thing where he tells all his new boyfriends that I fucking hate them. Like,
It works. Please try it. Please try
like
it.
he will literally, he'll just be like, he'll be on FaceTime with them. This is when we lived together. He'll be like, yeah, Kevin will be like, yeah, Taylor fucking hates you. You better act right because she's standing in the kitchen right now and she could hear everything you're fucking saying. And then they'll start begging me to love them.
Well, because when they act incorrectly and you forgive them, obviously because you want to continue talking to them, they think that it's just like all said and done and forgotten, like, you know, it's not important. But if you act like your best friend is still upset about it, it lets them know that it's still being discussed, like, you know, like it hasn't, you know what I mean?
The mind games.
Yes, like you have to let them know that even if you've forgiven them, like the squad hasn't, and then it goes a long way. Because then they still talk about it.
So you're like not taking blame for you being
Right.
mad. You're making somebody else
Exactly.
mad.
And
So
if I
just
ever
like-
want to bring it up later to fight about it, I can be like, well, I'm still defending you to my friends. And then that's where Taylor comes in. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, but like I'm unaware of all of this.
I
I just walk in the kitchen and he turns the phone and he had already told him that I fucking hate him and he was like, oh look, it's fucking Carter, and he like turns the phone and I was like, hi Carter, and he's like, and I was like, oh, I mean,
He was like,
I'm busy.
Taylor, forgive me.
I'm looking at him like, what's going on? And he's like play it up. And I was like, oh yeah, like, and I'm like looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Absolutely.
So anyways, this summer, that's kind of like the background story of me and my guy that I was seeing and Kevin and his guy that he was seeing. And then we both got dumped. Or did you dump him?
We ended because he keyed my car and we got into a fist fight all in the same week.
Love.
A fist fight.
So he did cure her. Oh, but he never
Yeah.
admitted it.
So everything was fine. We were good. At the time, we were like at dinner. We were on a date, and I started telling him a story about how when I was like a baby gay and I was like first dating and stuff, there was this dude who basically called me fat. He was like, "You're not like hot enough. Like I'm not into you." Blah blah.
Oh,
whatever.
I remember.
Yeah. He was like, "You're not hot enough," and he like basically like crushed my ego. You know, when you're like 17, 18, 19, you have a lot of like self-image issues to work through. You know, like
Yeah.
you're just like becoming yourself and.
You like fucking hate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had a lot to work through. And so I was talking to this guy. He basically dropped me because he was like, "You're not what I want. You're not skinny enough. You're not hot enough, blah, blah, whatever." Okay, cool, fine. I got over it. Fast forward a few like years later, I had a little glow up post-COVID. I was just at home working out, like wasn't drinking as much. So I had, I was looking good. And then he tries to come back into my life. At this point, I was already talking to Carter. And I told Carter about it, like, yeah, this guy was an asshole, now he's trying to come back into my life. That guy, I don't know what I should call him. I'm gonna call him Tom, okay, whatever. Tom, the guy who shit on me, is like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" Because we only had one mutual on Instagram. He's like, "Do you know this guy?" Turns out to be Carter, right?
Yeah.
So I made the mistake of showing him his Instagram.
He showed Carter Tom's Instagram.
Yeah, and so
Tom's the one that shit on him.
yeah, so
Tom the shitter.
yeah, so Tom sends me screenshots of Carter, "Hey, like, what are you doing? Come over, blah, blah, blah." So my new man is trying to fuck on my old man after I was the one that introduced him, right? Whatever, fine. So he sent me all those receipts, and I immediately dropped Carter. Carter did not like that.
But you dropped Carter because of that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
he
when
was
keyed my car.
responding.
Yeah, that's when he keyed my car.
That's right.
So I didn't really give him a chance to explain. All my friends were telling me that he was shitty, and I was trying to give him a chance.
Because, okay, you have to think about it like this too. Like, Carter already knew the history with him and Tom, and then still entertained the conversation. I think that's the part that's getting, like, left out here. Like, he was still entertaining the conversation to essentially, like, hook up up with this guy that was shitty to Kevin. And so when he sent the screenshots, Kevin's like, well, what the fuck? Like, it's not like, oh, hey, this dude's hitting me up that, you know, was an asshole to you. Haha, we can like laugh about it. It was very much like your old man, your old man wants to fuck me.
Yeah, like blah, blah, whatever. So fine. I dropped him for it. And, you know, my entire friend group was already telling me, like, avoid him. He's a piece of shit, blah, blah. I was trying to give him a chance. So when he did me dirty, when I was like his spokesperson for the group, you know, keep like getting him involved and invited to stuff, I dropped him immediately. That's when he keyed my car.
Yes. And then Kevin had parked his car at their friend's place.
It was a squad meetup. Like, you know, like, you and your friends have that one spot that you're always at. Like,
yeah, it's somebody's house that you always go to.
A friend's apartment, your favorite bar, like,
then you can tell by the background, like, that's that place.
Yeah, so we had posted, I think, stories on Instagram or something like that. We were all hanging out and he wasn't invited, obviously, because the squad was on my side. And so I come out, you know, I'm a little bit tipsy, but I'm still, like, coherent. Look at my car. It wasn't like he just went, like, no, he was like drawing on my shit. Like
he did like laps around his car.
I swear to God, like he keyed my bumper,
he did wavelengths,
my hood, like the entire side of my car and everything.
Keyed the fuck out of it. But we always say only bad bitches get their car keyed.
Dude, oh my! If you've never had your car keyed,
you're not a bitch.
That pussy's bad.
Because I got my car keyed too. I still don't know who it was to this day.
But I have another best friend who got her car keyed. So only the baddest.
Yeah.
So if you have,
welcome to the club.
Feel good.
You're like a new level of bad bitch.
Feel good. You know how the level of anger it takes
to drive to somebody's house and key their car.
And my car wasn't even a nice car. It was still like my high school car. It was a piece of shit. So,
you just want so he keys his car, right?
Yeah, so he keys my car. He didn't admit to it. He swears he had nothing to do with it. I think it was like a month later.
But Kevin confronted him multiple times and was like, I know you keyed my car. Like, there's nobody that I have beef with or nobody that would just key my car randomly, like at our friend's house. Like, why can't you just admit it? And he denied it for like a while. The fucking plague. Yeah. Like, he was like, no, it wasn't me. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And like Kevin was like, drop the act. Like, it's fine. Like, it already happened. Like,
after a few weeks, I was even cool about it. I was like, wait, it was
for a hot second, you thought it was hot.
Yeah, I was like, wait, it's kind of hot. Like, you keep my car, I made you that mad. Like, it's a turn on. Just tell me, like, please, like.
Insane. This is like, if somebody keeps my car, I would never talk to them again. Like, literally a week later, they're FaceTiming, and he's like, just tell me you did it.
But it was hot for a second. If he would have admitted to it, I probably would have got back together with him. But he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
I think that was God's work.
So that's what ended your guys' thing.
Yeah, that's what ended it. Oh, and then I went to LA.
Huh?
And I met his friends because he had moved from a different city. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And so I went to LA.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the tea on him. You know, from his friends in his hometown, like heard about why he moved, or like the real reason that he moved.
Yeah, and it like confirmed everything.
Yeah,
like,
and it was like, okay, we're not meant to be.
You're hated like fucking statewide.
You have beef and
or not statewide.
Nationally.
Nationally.
You have drama in every bit of the country.
Yeah, you know those people that just like, no matter where you go, like they just like are causing issues.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I had to move to New York.
You just don't want to like surround yourself with somebody like that, you know? Like it's just too much.
Yeah.
And so that was his problem. But Kevin, like, they were, like, not the best. They were very toxic,
No, we were, yeah.
But their relationship was very funny. Like, they had the same personality. And
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, they just had a lot of fun together is my point, okay? That wasn't my situation I was just lonely, okay? That wasn't my situation. So, when this ended, though, I was distraught. And Kevin was also kind of, like, upset about it because we had thought we had, like, a summer fling. And it was, like, midsummer when this happened. Like, it was right in the middle.
Sun was beaming.
Like,
sluts were out.
We thought we were gonna have a summer fling the entire time. Like, oh my god, we got into a little summer fling at the same time. We both get like dumped, or like not in Kevin's case, but they both broke up in the same weekend. The same weekend we both experienced this, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I don't know what to do, like whatever. I found out the guy that I was seeing was fucking his friends, and so I lost my job. I had zero money, okay? $0 in my bank account. Both like didn't have a job at the same time, and I think I just started at my job, so I didn't have a paycheck yet.
You were working from home still.
But I didn't get a paycheck.
Yeah, but we weren't making money is the point.
Yeah, so we were both broke, and so we were both jobless, relationshipless. And just fucking not fucking with vibes. And so we decide, Kevin calls me and he's like, I just want to like drink a little and just like come over to your house and just have a good time. So I'm like, okay, like fuck it, whatever. You know, like break up drunk.
We knew we couldn't afford to leave the house.
Yeah.
So we were like, just
normally what you do, like in a breakup, you go out to the bars and you're like,
yes,
you want to be seen, you want to flirt, like you just want to have a good time. But like we couldn't do that.
That wasn't in the cards.
That was not in our cards, babe.
No.
So we ended up walking to this liquor store. I think collectively, like when we put our money together, we had like $25.
17, I think. I think it was 17.
We had like very little amount of money, and I think there was like 2 or 3 White Claws at my house that we had.
That's when we did the Four Locos.
Yes.
No, Four Loco singular because we couldn't afford 2.
I thought that we got. Oh yeah, we were sharing.
It was just one, and then we did a bottle after that.
We go to the liquor store
Yeah.
and we're like walking around. We very quickly realized like we can't afford anything in this bitch. Like we're like, okay, we can't afford like shit. So we start walking around and we meet up at the fucking, what is that aisle called where it's all just handheld?
It's the tall boy section.
Yes, the tall.
I don't think it's called that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like where the 40s are, like
Yeah.
where all the like when they put it in a brown paper bag.
Yeah. Mm.
That's the section we were in. And we're like looking at each other and we look at each other at once and he's like, should we do it? We're both looking at the Four Locos.
We did the gold one, which is not even that bad.
Kevin, we took a first sip and we were both like,
No, I mean, the first sip is always disgusting no matter what the liquor.
well, and we were on keto too, I think.
Oh, wait, that was our skinny summer.
We both did keto at the same time. Like the best I've ever looked. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like the best I've ever looked.
I was also sick that summer too, so I really couldn't eat just like for other reasons.
had like intestinal problems. So we get the Four Loko, right? And we're like, okay, we're just gonna, Four Lokos will fuck you up. And then you know when you're dieting too on top of that, if you have a drink, right, you're just gonna get fucked up in seconds. Like it doesn't really require much, especially when you're like eating super clean, you know what I mean? We started drinking this Four Loko and I remember I took a video, I'm like, let's see how long it takes us to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And then he's like, stand up. I stand up and I'm like, we're only a fourth of the way in fucking Four Loko. And then I think we got something else too.
We went back and got Juanitos.
Oh yeah, that was like our summer drink.
Remember we got the little, yeah. You remember what I'm talking about. Yeah.
There was, okay, so the guy that I was saying, the one that I was just talking about, Liam, the love bomber, he was always like trying to like, not flex on me.
No, he was a flexer.
Okay, he was trying to flex on me.
We didn't know that at first though.
And he was like, what are you guys drinking? This was before this happened. He was like, one time he was like, what are you guys drinking? What are you guys drinking? And then we knew he was like flexing on us.
We're also chronic liars when we're drunk.
Yeah.
So.
And so Kevin's lit, I'm lit, and I'm like, what do I say? Kevin's like, say Clase Azul. We have a Hornitos bottle, okay? I fucking text him, oh, we're drinking Clase Azul. We then post on my Instagram story a boomerang of me holding 2 Hornitos bottles, or one of the Hornitos bottles with the shot glasses in it.
They were matching too. It was like a whole set. Like there was no avoiding it.
Like, and then he like replies to my story and he was like, oh, this is what you're guys drinking?
We're like, yeah, we finished the Clase.
We already finished the other bottle. We gotta move on. But anyways, so we end up getting lit, right? We learned a Cardi B dance. Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay, so it was when TikTok dances were like the it, girl. Like this is when everybody, that's what all TikTok was dancing. And so I'm like, let's learn this dance. Let's learn this dance. We're shit faced. We're in my kitchen. We're learning this dance. And in the beginning part of the dance, remember we had to like kick the air?
Yeah.
And then we had to bend over and shake our ass.
Yeah. There was no rhythm. There was no.
And then we had to crawl on the floor and like roll over.
There was no choreo. There was nothing.
No, it was terrible, okay? And so we learn this dance, right? Kevin's friend. So he calls and he's like, hey, like, do you want to come to this like party that we're having at the house or whatever? And it's like Kevin's group of friends. Like, I know them.
It was the gays, essentially.
Yeah, but I'm not like in their circles. Like, they're not gonna call me up and ask me to hang out.
Well, they knew who you were.
They're not my friends.
Yeah.
And so they call up Kevin and Kevin's like, oh, do you want to go? And we're like, we're broke. Like, all we hear is free alcohol, free good time. So we're like, okay.
And a free ride. We didn't have to call an Uber or anything.
Yeah, Kevin has people that'll just pick us up.
As if I prime.
So we had like $4 left. We're like, let's go to the bar to get like a little bit more lit because we were out of alcohol. And so we took like 1 shot each, I think. And then I think the bartender gave us a freebie.
We weren't there for long, yeah.
And so we were like, okay, perfect. We have enough dollars to like give the bartender so we can leave.
We were counting quarters.
1, 2. How much was it? It's fine. We'll take the $4. It was $4.17 though. He ends up picking us up. We go to his house. Me and Kevin are fucked up. Like we're in the car. Remember he's like, don't spill in my car. You gets in.
Oh my god. No, you were in the back seat, like trying to light the shit off.
But he was fucking whipping the car around and I'm like,
do you know when guys like try to like drive insane to like impress you? You know what I mean?
Which is a wild fucking
I don't
concept.
understand. I mean, it turns me on, but I know that scares you. I had like my seatbelt on, like.
And Kevin loves the like chaos. Like he really does. Like
the redder the flag,
the hotter he thinks it is. So well, see, you influence me.
I know. I know.
So anyways, Kevin usually, like, I used to not know how to flirt, and Kevin taught me how to flirt. And then now I like out flirt him sometimes. Like,
no, she flirts like a gay man, like a whole gay man.
And he's like, Taylor, stop.
Confidence and all.
Take it down like 4 notches. I'm like, so what? You want to go on a date or what? They're like, damn, bitch, I just said, what's up? I'm like, never mind. I was kidding. I was JK. But anyways, he's like whipping the car around. I spill.
We were drunk a little bit. At this point, our vision is deteriorating, right? And he pulls up, and I'm like, hey, like I knew he had a little money, but like I hadn't seen proof of it yet. So he pulls up, and I'm thinking it's an Audi. I'm like, not the Audi, feeling like a bad bitch.
Nobody told us it wasn't an Audi.
Because I got this dude picking me and my friend up in an Audi. I'm like, Taylor, he in the Audi. And he's like, it's a Nissan.
But like, we continued saying it when we were in the car. Like, when we're driving around. Oh my gosh.
I think you were recording snaps in the back. Like, we in the Audi. That was also our New York accent phase.
We never been to New York a day in our lives.
No, that was before I had moved, but we were dreaming.
Kevin's a little like aggressive when he drinks sometimes, like a little demanding. Okay, and he was like, Kevin gets on aux. Mind you, the guy that he was playing like regular like hits that were on. Kevin, shh, what do you want to hear? I'm like, I don't know. He goes, oh, I know. Country road, take me home. We rolled on the windows. We're immediately in a movie. My hands are out the window. I'm like, oh my god, Kevin is feeling.
It was peak summer. We were broke, but we were happy. So like, why wouldn't you be? You know what I mean? Like it was.
I mean, it was a moment.
Yeah. And then you know when you're like on Lakeshore, or okay, for those of you in a big city, and you just like see the skyline and you're drunk. You're like, I'm so lucky to live here. I'm just so like, you know,
like, you're like looking at the lights and you're like,
yeah,
wow, my life is so good.
Exactly. Like we could be in Bumblefuck, Kansas right now. Like, be appreciative. No offense to our viewers in Kansas.
We love Kansas City.
I'm not gonna lie.
Kevin's not gonna lie to you.
I like Columbus. Ohio State boys are.
So anyways, we fucking go to his house. He like leaves us in the alley for a minute. Me and Kevin have a full-blown fucking photo shoot. Okay, like we think he's eating. We're like, oh my god, you look so good. Like you look so good. And he's taking pictures. We're blasting the aux. So this is all in the alley.
Waking up all his neighbors.
Oh, and then we're like, a homeowner?
We were trying to hype him up so bad, and just none of it.
He didn't like it.
No.
I know.
Well, none of it was true. He was renting an apartment and he drove a Hyundai. Or a Nissan, or whatever you want to call it. I don't think he himself was proud.
We lied for him. To him.
Yeah, I would have gone along with the lie.
Yeah.
I would have been like, honestly, yes, this is a motherfucking Audi.
We end up getting to the party, and so we're there, we're lit off our asses. Like at this point, like we had taken, I don't even know how many shots. Like we're just fucking lit. And like you have to remember too, like we're equally going through breakups essentially, right? Like so we're both kind of like distraught in our like in our like hot girl era moment, right? So we get there and we are fucking, you know how like in your drunk, there's a moment where you're like on top of the world. You're feeling yourself. You're like, I'm the baddest bitch. Kevin's like, no, I don't experience that.
No, I don't.
This moment, I know that he did. So we're there, we're at the party, we're feeling ourselves, we're talking to everybody, we're having a great fucking time. And then WAP comes on. And we had memorized the choreography.
That day.
So you know how like whatever you remember before you get drunk is like what you're gonna say a million times?
You're subconsciously like
you just remember that shit.
This is all I know.
And so this is all that's left, babe. So the song comes on, there's literally a circle of people around us. And me and Kevin, boom, just go straight into choreography. We are thinking we are on set.
No!
It is step up 2.
Oh my god.
Like we are literally like eating up. We're thinking in our head like, oh my goodness, like we look like the it girls. Like everybody's recording us, okay? We're dancing and they're like, everybody's like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
For context, the gay is no choreo. Not me. I'm not that gay.
And so
I am that gay, but I'm not that gay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Good clarification.
Yeah.
And so we're like, they're all looking at each other and they're recording us and like we don't know like that we look a fucking fool.
We're thinking we're baddies.
We're like, oh wow.
Everyone's recording us. Getting into it.
Whole time they're recording, they're like,
it wasn't a good recording.
They're like recording like because they're embarrassed for us.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
but it's okay because I was used to that at that point in my life.
So we're dancing, whatever, right? We have no idea. And then the song ends and they're like, what was that? And they're like, we're like, you don't get it.
Oh my god.
And so that happens, right? And I don't think I ever told you this, my POV of when this happening, okay? Then we start coming down. We start getting to the sad hour, okay? I go out on the balcony. I don't know who the fuck I was talking to. I was talking to somebody and I start telling them the story of Mr. Liam, the love bomber, and like everything that happened.
It was definitely Henry. She's the group godmother.
Okay, so I was talking to this person like on the balcony, right? And I'm like telling them everything that happened between me and Liam and how like he was fucking his friends and like I'm sad girl hour. So he was fucking his friends, like that one bitch named Coco.
Mind you, this is a regular occurrence in the gay world. So I know my friend was looking at her like,
oh wait, bitch. Oh wait, don't be fucking coming for me because there's a moment where I'm literally sobbing my eyes out. He was fucking his friends. He was fucking his friends. And I was on a balcony, so it was like sliding doors. I look while mid crying. I'm like mid fucking Kim K. I look, Kevin's Kim K crying. 5 people around him, and he's like, no, but like. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, I should check on my friend. And I was like, no, he's got 5 people, I have 1.
My God.
And so I told Kevin before we got there, I was like, because I was like unsure if I should go because he usually likes to stay there longer because they are his friends. So like he feels comfortable sleeping over and stuff where like I wouldn't, like I would just want to go home, you know? And I told Kevin, I was like, Kevin, I do not have enough money for an Uber. Like if I need to go home, like I am stuck there basically. Kevin's like, don't worry, like we'll figure it out, right? And so we end up staying and then he wanted to stay. And so I'm like, I need to go home. Like I think I had work the next day.
Someone sent you home though, I think.
No, you ordered somebody to send me home.
Oh.
Kevin's like, somebody paid for her Uber.
I mean, somebody did.
And so yeah, somebody did. Like somebody did. I was like, thank you so much.
That's what happens
when you're that girl.
That girl.
Next day rolls around. We are now seeing the evidence, the video cam recording of our fucking dance that we thought we ate. Kevin also taught me a new phrase. Oh, that we should do that.
Which one?
The house down boots.
Oh.
But I'm only allowed to use it like once a day.
Only when I'm in the room.
Except I'm not allowed to say it.
No.
And then he said, absolutely not. Don't say this in front of anybody. Only me in a private setting.
That way I can defend her if she says it wrong. Be like, she's learning. She's an ally, I swear.
So anyways, we start seeing the videos of us dancing WAP, the TikTok dance. And it is not what we thought. In the background, you could see people like...
I mean, imagine what? Imagine the sexuality of that song.
And we're just
now
crawling on the floor. Oh, you got stuck halfway.
Yeah, now imagine me and Taylor slurring our words.
Let me swim, let me queen. I'm putting my sin. I'm good, I'm clean. Let me tell you, I got the rain.
I know, Molly. It was embarrassing.
It was really bad, like really bad. Kevin starts DMing everybody, take it down, take it down.
I mean, it was down within 24 hours. I mean, people still have that video, so if we ever make it, it'll resurface.
It'll be released.
But we're proud, know that. Because as embarrassing as it was, no regrets. We've had a lot of
embarrassing moments.
But better when there's somebody to do it with you, you know?
Yeah. Another thing that we wanted to touch on a little bit that people were asking about. So Kevin has really good toxic tips.
My favorite.
I have told in my live and people were like, please give us more, right? So I told them about, which if you weren't on my live, I'll give you a little rundown about how Kevin taught me that like men have extra Twitters for like corn accounts.
Yes. I mean, this is probably more prominent amongst the gays.
We always
so if your man has one, sorry sis.
I didn't say it.
But I do know some straight girls that have some though too.
One time, it was with Liam again.
Yeah.
And so, because we were trying to figure a lot of shit out, girl.
Liam the Love Bomber both ruined and made summer 2020.
Mm-hmm. He was just kind of crazy.
Like as much damage as he did, he had a lot of fun.
And he bought you all those drinks that one time. Whenever he would go.
He did. He bought those buckets, remember?
He would ball out. Like he would just buy us
anything. Trying to impress.
Yeah. Which is like 1 point maybe.
Which is, okay, fine.
Half a point.
Yeah.
Kind of like the minimum.
Anyways. I mean, it was cute. We're not impressed.
So anyways.
At the moment we were.
We're like, ooh, he's buying buckets.
Our bank account were negative, so.
So we're like, yeah.
Literally anything could have impressed us.
That's why, because we were broke. So whenever he would buy shit. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we were broke, so we were just like, anytime a guy would buy anything for us, we're like, oh, he's got money.
And when I'm drunk, I'm unbearably flirty. I can't.
Oh my, you know one time we were at the bar.
Taylor has a video of me and I'm like this. Yeah. Mind you, it was one of his
friends. He's like, yeah. You like that?
I'm getting kind of horny. I think I need like one more drink.
No, the best was one time we went out to this like a little bit more upscale restaurant. Like everybody's drinking martinis, okay? And we're like sitting there, and I joined.
The martini bar was.
So the guy liked Kevin, right? And would like buy Kevin whatever he wants. But Kevin would be like, package deal, you have to buy my friend shit too. And so we're at this place.
It works.
And it was a martini bar. And we're literally there. And I was like, Kevin's like, order your drink. Kevin orders some whatever martini. It was all martinis, okay? That's the whole entire fucking menu. And I like order something. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Kevin's like, we'll just have 2 of whatever I'm getting. So Kevin basically kind of like ordered for me. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, I'll get it. I get my drink, I take a sip of it, I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. Can I have something else, like lemon basil-y? Mind you, it's on his, like, the guy he was seeing his card, essentially.
Do you know that feeling when you go to the grocery store with your mom and she makes you stand in line and she goes and runs and gets something else and you get closer to the cashier and you're like increasingly more anxious as time passes? That was me. It's like I'm trying to get them to like her and she's just like, no, I don't want this. And then she wants something lemon basil-y. There is no lemon basil drink on the menu. She's asking for a custom drink at a bar she's never been to.
That I wasn't paying for. Well, I mean, hello. I wanted something light. Like, you know, like everything was so syrupy. And I was like, do you just have something like a little bit lighter? Like,
me the whole time.
I was like, I don't want. I pushed it to the side and like I just started ordering at the bartender because we're there. Like, what?
I mean, he ended up making it, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, you were finessing.
I was.
Yeah. So
I was working for the both of us.
I mean, like if you think
Taylor
about
has done it for me in multiple situations at straight bars, so
yeah,
it's only fair that I return the favor.
Like every time, like we had this thing, and like so what we would do is like I didn't want to spend all my time at the gay bars, right? Because I'm straight, and then he would want to be at the gay bars, right? And he doesn't want to spend all his time at the straight bars, right? So we were both single, so we both equally wanted to like flirt and stuff.
We also
like,
had no other friends at the time.
It was just us two. So we're like, what do we do? So our deal is that like Wrigley bars, I don't know if you know like about them, they were popping.
They were fun. I mean, they're still fun, but
when you're younger,
but like 20 to like 19 to like 22-year-old fun.
Yeah, because like everybody's a lot younger over there, and like I wouldn't go over there now. I don't think it's like a fun.
I mean,
unless you're going for like
anymore, but we would do.
We would still have fun over there. You know what I mean? Like it's just not my go-to anymore. Like around this age, it was like the hot spot. And so our deal was, I would. This is how Kevin would like influence me and like think to go out. He would be like, okay, we'll go to Wrigley because Wrigley is right next to Boys Town. That's where all the gay bars are at. And so we wouldn't have to pay for it. We could just walk it.
Distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he'd be like, let's go to Wrigley until the bars close, which is like at 1:30.
At 2.
And then Boys Town's open till 5. So he'd be like, we'll stay till close, and so you can talk to whoever you want, and then walk with me to Boys Town, and then we'll stay till like 4 or 5 in the morning, basically. And he's like, but you can leave whenever you want. And then Kevin would be like, I'll buy you all your drinks at Wrigley. And then he goes, because he would get free shit at Boys Town, and like I would get my fair share of free shit. So anytime anybody got a free drink, you have to get another one to share.
But we spent at the end of the night, we would like calculate our spending, and it would be like less than $50.
Sometimes Kevin would make money.
Do you know what? Yes.
We would like leave with like money.
Do you know how impressive it is to go out in those 2 areas and to go home and spend less than what? $40 that we would.
Yeah, because each drink is like $15.
And I think you were still at home at the time. That Uber back
was like fucking
was
insane.
at least like $30. So if we spent less than $50 for the whole night, that was
like $20. I
was like, period. Like we're gonna do it again.
So that's how he would bribe me, and he would be like, if you go to Boys Town with me, like you won't pay for a single thing. And so to make sure that I would want to go more, he would make sure to get me drinks like on the clock. Like he'd be like, you got a drink? Okay, here. And he'd be like, buy her a drink. She needs a shot. And then I started getting comfortable. Yeah. Like, what do you want? And I'm like, silver tequila. Kevin's like, cut it.
Act innocent. Like, fuck.
I'm like demanding shit.
Act like we haven't been here before.
But there was one time though. Kevin has people that like fall in love with him, and then like he really like pays no mind. Like, he won't be as interested as they are into him. But the minute they lose a little bit of interest, he's like, what the fuck? Like... But anyways.
I've got active hoes.
They're gonna watch and be like, oh.
Yeah, I know. We're not talking about you, babe. You're the one.
You, not you. Move to the side. So we would be at the bar, right? So this guy was like in love with Kevin, right? And he would pay for everything like that Kevin wanted. Like literally anything Kevin wanted. Like an Uber home, like if we wanted to go to a restaurant, like Kevin was in control of everything, right? And so there was a point in time we were at the bar and the bartender asked Kevin for a card and he was like standing off to the side and Kevin's like not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna pay for it. And so
I don't think that we had money to pay for it. I think we were banking on it.
no, this is the same stuff. Like everything I'm saying, we were broke at this time. Like we didn't have no money.
This was like
okay?
we were like on and off. Listen, you understand if you're in your early 20s, like
we would have a job and then we
it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, like everybody's broke in their 20s at least a couple times.
Agreed. Like, you have to make the best of it, and if you have a bestie that's also in the same position,
yeah,
then it becomes fun. It's like a little challenge. Like you want to go out, I want to go out. Can we do it without bankrupting ourselves?
It's like like a little challenge.
Like it's a little fun. Yeah. Like you gotta laugh about it at the end of the day. Now we laugh more than back then.
Because we would be on our high horse, like, yeah, girl, I'm making money.
Yeah.
Like a week later, I lost my job. So it's like it was just all over the place. But our lives seem to like parallel a lot of the times.
Agreed.
Anyways, we're at the bar. The bartender asks him for a card, and Kevin's like, and he looks at the guy and he was like, "Give me your card." And he's like, "What?" And it's loud because we're at the bar, and Kevin's like mouthing. He's like, "Give me your card." And the guy's like, "What?" And he's like, Kevin, loud as fuck, "Are you gonna give me your card or not?" And the guy's like, fumbling for his fucking card, and he hands it over, and Kevin's like, "Thank you." And then hands it over. But honestly, I've been in so many positions where men just hand over their credit card.
I agree. I think sometimes it makes them happy to give it over.
Some men enjoy it.
You have to find those men.
Like the one time I was at Soho House,
Period.
which is like it's like a nicer bar downtown in Chicago. And like I think you have to have a membership to get in. I just walked in that bitch. Like
I feel like you've been here before. It's a club.
You have to have a membership to like get in. And so like I went inside there once. I had one of my friends like drop me off, and so I was there, and I was supposed to be meeting somebody up, but then the person ended up like not going, or they ended up going somewhere else. So I was at the bar by myself, and I was just sitting there. And I was like, oh, I'll probably leave in like a little bit, and I was just like the classic mysterious girl drinking one drink at the bar by myself. And so this guy comes up to me and he goes, "What are you drinking?" And I was like, oh, I think I was drinking like a tequila soda. So I was like, oh, it's tequila soda. And like a lot of people are like drinking wine and shit, you know? And I was like, tequila soda. And he was like, oh, and he was like, and he calls the bartender over and he was like, get her next round. And I was like, oh, okay. So I get my next drink. And then he goes, here. And he throws his card on the bar. Clink, clink, clink. With that heavy ass card, you know what I'm saying?
That sound.
Well, he threw his card at me and he was like, here, you pay for it. And I was like, okay. And so anyways, the point of the story is that I was with this guy all night and like nothing happened. Like we weren't like, I mean, he was trying to flirt with me, but I wasn't feeling with him like that. You know what I mean? And so, and he gave me his card. Like he handed it to me and he was like, just hold on to it. Like whenever you need a drink, pay for it.
That should be the standard though.
Yeah. No, like actually.
For real. Even if it's not like willful like that, you should be able to finesse him, and if you can't, move on.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Period.
But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is that Kevin has these like toxic tips. That's where we started.
Oh my god.
We got like lost track.
For real.
So Kevin has helped me in many situations where I don't know what to do, right? Well, especially when your like emotions are running high, you need a clear-headed friend to like walk you through what's going on, right? So when I found out I was getting cheated on a ways ago, this is for a long time ago, like 6 years ago, me and Kevin were together. And he was on the phone, and there was
okay. We'll
and
get
he was
pissed off all over again.
And he was on speaker. My ex at the time, right? He was on speaker, and I would mute myself, and I'd be like, "What the fuck do I say?" And like I had never experienced this. Was my first ever like scandal within a relationship. Right? I've never been cheated on. I'm like a fetus in the situation, right? And so I put on speaker, and Kevin's like, "Say, give me your iCloud password."
No, you have to start from the beginning.
What was the beginning?
Remember when you asked him for his phone records? I was working at T-Mobile at the time. We are not immediately jumping to toxic tactics, right? She had caught him like sending inappropriate messages to other girls while they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's where the mistrust began and all the questions began. And then I told her, ask for his phone records. Like, you want to see everything. Because obviously, if you're asking him to send you screenshots, if you're going through his phone, it's very easy to delete everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I think any person would delete
Getting
things.
caught up, yeah.
Like, that's just a natural instinct. So I told her, like, ask him for all the receipts. Like, ask him for the phone records. He sends her what looks like an Excel sheet, almost. Like,
and Kevin worked at T-Mobile at this time.
Coincidentally. Like, it was like fate. So he sends her like an Excel sheet, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would he go through all of the extra effort of taking his phone records, copy and pasting them into an Excel sheet when you can quite literally go to your bill on T-Mobile, if you have T-Mobile, and print all of the receipts, and it'll tell you the incoming calls, outgoing calls, the text messages. So simple. It's a PDF file. There's no extra work involved.
And there's no
like
lines on it either.
Yeah, it's like very clear cut, like it's all pretty and organized.
And
like,
it says T-Mobile at the top.
Yeah, like why would he go through the extra effort of like copy and pasting this on an Excel sheet? So when she sent me that, she was like, he sent me his like calls, and I was like, no, babe. No.
Because he gave me a stack of papers, and I thought they were his phone records. And so I was like, wait a second. Like, it all looked very similar. Like, if you lifted up, like, 3 pages, all of a sudden the numbers start looking the same. You know what I mean?
Which anybody who doesn't work at T-Mobile would not question it. So, like,
yeah.
I don't blame you for, like, not...
knowing.
Yeah, not being suspicious. But I was like, no, girl. Like,
I sent him a picture, and I was like, Kevin, is this what T-Mobile, like, phone records look like? He was like, no.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, obviously, I'm like, okay, so if he's going through all this extra effort, there's obviously something he doesn't want her to find. Toxic tip number 1, Apple ID and password. Like,
immediate.
If your man is doing some shady shit, gotta ask for the Apple ID and the password before you start questioning him about anything. Because you can obviously remove stuff from your iCloud. Anything can be deleted. So before you even begin questioning, Apple ID, password. It keeps everything. The notes, the contacts, the messages, the photos. I mean, this is all dependent on how their settings are set up, but bitch.
Like, literally, I was on the phone with him, and I'm like, what do I do? He's like, ask for the Apple ID and password. And, I was
and he's
okay.
like actively denying it at that point.
Yeah. He was on the phone, he was like, why? Why do you need it? Why do you need it? And I was like, he starts panicking. And it's like, ooh, he's fucking pissed, bitch. Because he starts panicking on the phone. Why do you need it? Why do you need it?
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, just give it to me. I'm like, you're not gonna give it to me? And Kevin's like, threaten him.
Yeah.
If you don't give it to me, you're never fucking hearing from me again.
We're done right now. He
was like, okay, it's blah, blah, blah at gmail.com. And so he gives it to me, and I had to sign out of Kevin's laptop. I was at your house.
Oh, yeah, you were over.
Yeah, so I had to sign out of Kevin's laptop to sign in to my ex's fucking Apple ID so I could see all the shit, right? And so he's panicking, right? Oh, and then the password wasn't working. He was like, I forgot what it was. Like, I don't remember.
He knows what it is.
He was just trying to delete his shit
He knows
really
what
fast.
it is. If your man tells you he doesn't know the password, that's fine. He can reset the password using his phone number, using his email. He can reset it. Don't be fooled. Everybody knows. Okay, everybody knows their password. If they're under the age of 30, they know their password.
Especially for an Apple ID.
Exactly.
Like, you need that shit.
And if they've had an iPhone for like 10 years, it's not anything new.
Okay, toxic tip number 2. You can go into your phone, and then, like, you know how at the top, like, where you go like this, where you have a search? No, you can type in passwords, right?
You're a fucking liar.
I swear to God. So you type in passwords, right? And it goes into your settings.
See, you have a privacy screen.
Oh, shit, sorry. Well, it just unlocked it, okay?
Oh, okay.
So you see all these
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you iCloud, girl.
These are all my passwords.
Yeah, but not for iCloud.
Yeah, but there's a way you could do it. This is just another way of seeing, like say if they had an OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah, that's,
like,
okay, yeah,
If they had an OnlyFans account, you can go on the settings in their and go into passwords and then see their passwords and log into their OnlyFans on your laptop.
It's like security key or something. I haven't had a man in a long time.
But it's Face ID.
Oh, okay, so do it while he's sleeping.
So anyways, I had to log out of Kevin's Apple ID to sign into my ex's Apple ID. And what ended up happening is that I went through his phone. I went through his shit, right? And
she ended up catching him.
Like, I found a bunch of shit on his. And I was, like, screenshotting everything and, like, sending it to myself.
For context, you can delete stuff off of your phone and no one's gonna see it. But oftentimes, if your iCloud is accurately updated, everything on their iCloud is gonna pop up. Usually on their laptop, because I have photos saved on my laptop.
I ended up logging into his Apple ID on Kevin's laptop, and then I think I forgot to sign out, right? Is that...
No, you did forget to sign out.
And I didn't know that when you don't sign out of an Apple ID, it, like, locks the laptop.
If you've ever, like, traded in your phone or sold your phone, you have to log out of iCloud. If you go to an Apple store and you try to turn it in, they're gonna be like, this is not yours, because you have to know the password to remove your account.
So you can't steal somebody's shit.
Exactly. It's like a security measure that Apple enforces. So incidentally, she didn't log out, and so now my laptop to this day reminds me to log out of that Apple account, and I am just fucking stuck with it for the remainder of in my life.
And then one time he was so pissed off because he was trying to like do something on his laptop and he couldn't, and he called me up and he was like, please ask him for his password.
Like I'll do it. It's just like I'm like online, it's just like please log out or enter password for blah 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 at gmail.com.
Yeah. So. And it was like a year later and he keeps asking me to ask him. So like maybe if you're watching this, if you want to like help do a good deed because of like the holidays and stuff.
You know who you are.
Just give him the password like super quick.
We can meet up a one time
and then you can log out right
I won't
away.
even look. You can add it in yourself. But for extra tips, you have your friend doing this. Have them log out.
Yeah, that's like
before the end of your session.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Me and Kevin, like when I was seeing this guy Liam, I'm not obsessed with Liam. It's gonna sound like I'm obsessed with him.
No, she's not. It's just there was a lot of shit. The craziest shit happened with him.
But there was a time when I thought that he was still seeing his ex, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that you're like still seeing your fucking ex. Like I just have a feeling, you know what I mean? And like he went to this brunch and he didn't want me to go, and I was like, why? And he's like, it's just my friends. Like it's gonna be awkward for you, like whatever. He ends up going to this brunch,
which is a red flag within itself. Like if we're giving toxic tips, if your man is not taking you with on these things, but is like love bombing the fuck out of you simultaneously, take that to heart. Like don't brush it off as I don't want to move too fast or like I don't want to sound like too obsessed. Like no, it's important, and he should want to introduce you to his friends if he's also love bombing you and like.
Oh, he shouldn't be love bombing you.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't be love bombing. Okay, but sometimes men love bomb you with the right intentions. You know, like
that is not the best.
It is okay. It's not the best advice. This is not a tip. But I've had boys love bomb me with the intention of like making me their boyfriend. You know, like not everyone does
That's the point of love bombing.
But sometimes.
Kevin, what is the definition of love bombing?
It's like when they do like things that are too romantic too quickly. Correct.
Yeah, with the intentions of like making you think that they're in love with you, so they can like hook you, and then they slowly stop doing that.
So you wouldn't call it love bombing if it's authentic?
No.
Like, because I've had guys who have done all.
That's just like a nice gesture.
Never mind.
Like flowers or something, right? But if they're like, that's a nice gesture, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like if. Like with me, like if I get a YSL bag for like doing nothing, that's a little like too much. You know what I mean?
I see. I take it back. I think I'm just used to toxic relationships.
You think? I literally like he tells me.
Never mind.
Never mind how much. So like you.
God, she's fucking sober and she's singing already.
But you know what I think though? Since we're talking about toxic tips, I think this is a controversial take. I think you should be allowed to like look through their stuff a little bit.
No, look through their stuff every fucking time.
See, this is why I end up in situations.
Listen, the moment that you guys have sex, like everything before that, I feel is okay. You know what? Fine. Like you're going on dates, like you're like talking, you're chatting, you're flirting, whatever. The moment that things become physical, everything is fair game. I'm sorry. Like, if you are, sleeping with me, you shouldn't be sleeping with anybody else. But
are you sleeping with other people?
It's not important.
That we keep to ourselves.
Yeah. On a more serious note.
But like, okay, so like say you're over at his house or something, right? Like I've done this before and I'm going to admit to it, okay? And I know it's going to be a controversial take. I know it is. I know people are going to be up in arms about this, okay? Because they'll be like, you're his fucking privacy, right? And like, I've said something like this on my live before and people are like, that's fucked up. And okay, this is what I think though. And you have to go through the nightstand. Like, especially the nightstand.
Okay, you're sleeping a few feet away. Why wouldn't you
like, you're letting somebody literally enter your body.
I agree.
Like, you should be able to at least like snoop around a little bit. Like, just a little bit.
No, fuck a little bit. I'm going through the closet. I'm going through the coffee table. I'm going through the kitchen cabinets. I'm going through the attic. I don't care.
But that's how I found out that llama man had a DUI. That's how I found out.
Wait, that was you're going through his shit?
I was going through his shit, yeah.
God! Oh my God!
But look at what I saved myself.
No, I agree.
No, but I was going through it. Like, I was going through his stuff. I was, like, looking around, right? Allegedly.
Wait,
this is
where
alleged.
was it that you found it?
In his closet, in a folder.
You opened the folder up.
It was a blue fucking manila folder. What the fuck is in there? A court case, obviously. Anytime you see a manila folder, it's court case. That's what I think. So I literally took it down and I opened it and right on the front page, DUI. And I was like, and then it said like license revoked and he had his shit revoked.
Wait, how long ago was it before that?
Which I had all the details of the case and everything.
I remember that part.
Yeah, I had everything. And then so I pretended like somebody told me. And he still thinks to this day, which now I'm like outing myself, but like he still thinks to this day that like somebody told me.
He's still watching. Hi, bitch.
Hey, baby.
I still got you.
So
sending pictures that are 6 years old.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, you don't have abs like that anymore, babe.
No.
No.
I went through his stuff, right? I went through the folder. Like, I opened it, and literally on the front, it was like every single...
His
like
mugshot.
It was literally all the details of his case. Like, everything. Like, when he got it taken away, how long he had the license revoked.
I don't remember that part.
How he had to get a blood test. And I found out that I drove him to his blood test. He told me that he had a dentist appointment.
Taylor!
And I drove him... to his DUI fucking blood test. Like, I'm not even joking you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I didn't even know until later. I started putting 2 and 2 together because the date was on there. And I was like, wait a second. And he had to go to like, you know, like those Quest diagnostics? I drove him to it. I literally drove him.
Does your mom know this? Okay, she's gonna know now. She's gonna be so...
She's not gonna... No.
Chris, I had no idea. I would have told you.
Well, I didn't know either. It's not like I was like, okay, baby, I'm gonna drive you to your DUI.
She didn't tell any of us because she knows we would rip her to shreds.
Here's the thing. He was still smoking. So, like, you can't smoke or anything.
He was faking the drug test? Oh my god!
I don't know. I literally don't know.
She's a liar.
No, okay, so he was smoking, okay? And then he was still drinking. I mean, obviously alcohol gets out of your system, like, however long or whatever. But, like, him smoking was gonna affect his test. So I don't know how the fuck he got away with
Taylor. You weren't asking any questions. You just said, I'm on my way.
No, he said, I have a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment. I said, for what? Oh, no, it was a doctor's appointment. I was like, for what? He was like, oh, just an annual checkup. And I was like, why do you like just get annual checkups? And he said it was for his job, which I do that.
Okay, fine.
So I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. And he goes, oh, it's right over here. And then I was like, that's not a family clinic. That's like a Quest Diagnostics. And then I dropped him off and I was like kind of looking at it, but I didn't think anything fucking of it. I was just like, okay, whatever. But then when I found the pamphlet, literally it laid everything out for me. Like, dropped him off at the Quest Diagnostics.
Oh my god, listen to yourself. Oh my god.
But I didn't know that. I just didn't know. He didn't tell me. He wasn't gonna tell me. Like, I didn't know. But anyways, that's my reasoning for being able to go through somebody's stuff because, like...
Because then you wouldn't have found out that he had a DUI.
Exactly. Like, he wasn't gonna tell me that. And then, you know what's crazy? Even crazier?
What's crazier? What is crazier than that, Taylor?
Well, I bluffed, okay? And I was like, you act like I don't know that you had a DUI. And he was like, whoever told you that, like, doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I started laughing because he was like, you probably think it's for something that it's not. And I'm like looking at him like, babe, I read the whole court document.
How many? There's literally only 2 things it could be for. Like, you were smoking high or you were drinking.
Yeah.
What was it for? He was drinking?
Yeah, he was drinking.
Did it tell you his BAC, like, the level?
No, but it said that, like, he had to get tested to make sure that he wasn't under the influence or, like, he couldn't be, like, smoking or anything. And he was smoking all the time. Does he have a parole officer?
I don't think so.
No, right? You don't need one of those for that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's how that works.
Well, he was like, oh, whoever told you that, like, and I was like, well, then what was it for? Like, what did you get his DUI for? And he was like, ask the person that told you. And I was like laughing my ass off because
the state of Illinois?
You want me to ask the state?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyways, okay, the reason why I went through his stuff, wait, Kevin, I said do not touch this cord. And what are you doing?
Sorry.
Opening my drawers with your toes. You know, when I first started dating this one guy, he was paying for my nails to get done all the time, so I'd always have like a pedicure and a manicure.
Yeah.
And Kevin's like, so what the fuck? Does he have a foot fetish or what? Just fucking tell me.
I think he did.
He didn't.
Okay, and mind you, I had fucking lived with her. I already knew her habits. I knew how often she got her nails done. I knew how often she dyed her hair. I knew how often she was doing workouts. I knew everything about her.
So much so that he would like stress me out purposely and be like, I see your roots a little.
Okay, not to be cunty. Okay, it wasn't...
I'd be like...
Okay, I have said cunty things to her in the past, but that one wasn't cunty. That was more so just like upkeep.
That is cunty. You're basically telling me I haven't upkeeps my fucking hair.
Okay, so I said, What's going on?
But anyways, the reason why I went through his closet in the first place was not to snoop. That was just part of it. It just like went hand in hand. It was because I was snooping. I was trying to figure out my birthday present because I wanted to know what he got me. So I went through his closet and I saw a Tiffany & Co. bag. And I was like, because I asked for a tennis bracelet. It was like 3 months. And I was like, I want a tennis bracelet.
No, but it wasn't irrational. He had been telling her, like, remember, he started the relationship off like, oh, I make so much money. Or,
oh, I'm a big baller.
Yeah, like, he started talking about money before you did.
Yeah,
so,
well, I never talk about money,
so
though.
it wasn't unfair of you to ask for, like, that.
An expensive thing.
Yeah, when he
set the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, I go inside, I was like, oh my gosh, I had asked for a tennis bracelet, so I see a Tiffany & Co. bag, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then, obviously, cat's out of the bag, he ended up getting me a silver necklace. So still to this day, I have no idea what the Tiffany & Co. bag was for. And now I'm thinking, like, he probably had 2 bitches.
No, he probably bought that for some girl in 2018 and then held on to the bag.
'Cause he's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. To, like, return it.
Because if he would have given you a necklace or a bracelet in that bag, would you have questioned it? I wouldn't have.
No.
I would have been like, oh my god, Tiffany. And I wouldn't have looked it up. Why would you look it up? Like,
No, I would look it up.
I don't think I would.
I always look up to see, like, how much money they spent on me.
Okay, well, I'm a dumb bitch. I don't think I would look it up.
And I want to know.
I would call
like,
you Tiffany!
I want to know what they think I'm worth, you know? Like,
Period.
like if they got me a because Tiffany can range. Like, it could
Okay,
be
but I would be like,
$300, 10 grand.
Okay,
I'm
but
like,
I would be like, it's not on the site, it's vintage.
no, immediately if I don't see it on the site, I'm like, where the fuck did you get this?
Okay, fine.
Knock off. But anyways, so that's why I think you should go through your man's shit, because you might find out that he had his license revoked, he didn't have a car, and he had a DUI. The first like 3 dates that I went on with him, I told Kevin, I was like, this seems like really bad. Like, I feel like it's gonna end really, really bad, or like it's gonna be so much fun. And Kevin's like, don't like those odds. I was like, okay.
In that situation, I think we were both a bit pessimistic. So we should have known from the beginning.
We both think this is not a good idea.
Like, no, but give him a chance.
Oh, somebody asked me on the Instagram thing and said, how many times do you want to smack Taylor for dating these trash men? You know, he always gives me a preface beforehand. He says, like, what the fuck are you doing? Especially if they're not, like...
If we can't find them on Google, if we can't look up their LinkedIn or, you know, like, find information, it's an immediate...
What's going on?
Yeah, like, 5 or below. Like, we need to, like, do our research. Obviously, we give them a chance, but...
Well, remember with Llama Man?
Yeah.
He literally changed his Facebook name and Instagram.
Yeah.
So you couldn't find him. All of his socials, he spelled his name incorrectly.
Well, there's only so much research you can do. If they're deceiving you, like, willfully, there's not much you can, like, that wasn't...
I mean, at that point...
That wasn't up to us.
Yeah.
That was up to fate, because we weren't going to find out until it was too late.
Okay, somebody said, what are your favorite things about each other and dislikes? Love and hate. Kevin fucking loves eggs.
You fucking bitch. Okay, so I was doing keto, and if you've done keto before, you know there are like fucking 5-10 items that you can eat consistently.
Nuts, eggs, 0 grams.
And we were living together, and I was skinny queen, skinny. And she would walk in the kitchen and be like, ew, you nasty bitch.
No, I didn't say ew. Kevin has a problem with me saying pu.
Ah! Fucking stop.
Well, I would say pew. I would be like, pew, it stinks. And he's like, I've never met somebody in my entire life that uses the words pew. Like Judy Blume.
Is that the book?
Yeah.
Okay, think about that for a second.
Pew.
Fucking Christ.
Okay, but the problem with Kevin though is like when I lived with him, like eggs smell, and I didn't eat eggs at the time. I just started eating eggs recently. That's why I don't know how to boil them. Everybody was in fucking up in arms because I said I didn't know how to boil eggs.
Okay, I can't defend you on that one. Though.
My mom was like, I feel so bad for your husband.
Oh my god.
Okay, he can boil his own eggs.
Mind
then.
you, boiling eggs is close to boiling water. Think about that. Think about that.
Well, I didn't know how long, like, when does the boil start? When
Granted, it's not the 1950s and she shouldn't be judging her
Cookability.
cooking skill. Cookability? Ah!
Okay. I'm sober. Okay, it's just...
So am I.
What is the word that you would use? Not cookability.
Cookability?
Yeah, go ahead, use...
Cooking skills?
Okay.
Her cookability. It could be urban.
What's urban?
The word.
Oh.
Pizza!
I thought you meant the cuisine.
No, I'm
Like
talking about
urban
the
cuisine?
word.
Okay.
She couldn't boil water is the point.
People were pissed. They were like, come on, are you serious? Like, they were yelling at me, and I was
Okay.
like, okay, listen, the point was the eggs. The fact that you eat fucking
Oh,
eggs.
okay, yeah. So she would come into the kitchen and be like, pew.
No, okay, pause. He would go out all the time, okay? He was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday girly, okay? And so I was like, I slowed down on like going out because it was like October, November-ish. And so I didn't go out as much. No, you were still full force with your bitches. Okay, you had your little squad and you were going out. They'd be like, what are you doing? You'd be like, I'm singing it. And they'd be like, oh, there's this crazy party. So many hot boys. You'd be like, oh, what are you wearing?
Okay, I can't help it. I'm a homosexual.
Okay, so, exactly. So anyways, he would come...
Homosexual.
Thank you. So he would go out, he would come back home, shit-faced, and he would make like 6 eggs at like 4 in the morning. And then he would forget to eat half of them. And so they would just be like...
Okay, she's doing a bit much. I did make eggs drunk after like 2 a.m.
All the time.
6 is a bit much.
You didn't see the state of the stove.
I think what she means is I would burn like 3 of them and then only be able to eat.
Oh, and
like,
then he
3
went
of
through
them.
this phase of throwing out all the silverware. He would just start throwing the silverware.
Okay, drunk me would throw out silverware like it was a Chipotle bowl.
No, he thought that he was at a cookout. He would just throw out the plate and everything. I would open the trash can and there would be a plate in there. And I would just stick it out.
Okay.
So that's one of my things I dislike about Kevin. Your turn.
Okay, mine. Okay, mine. You know, like if your best friend is calling you, you feel honored. Like, oh my god, my best friend is calling me. My best friend really wants to talk to me. Like, oh my god, whatever. Okay, I'm busy. You don't answer the phone. You don't answer the phone. Fine, I understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taylor, what the fuck do you fucking want? I'm putting you on fucking do not disturb, you fucking annoying fuck. Like, who does that?
Okay, Kevin.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Go ahead.
Her. You know, I put you on the list of people that cannot contact me after 9 p.m. because you don't know how to stop calling. Granted, in those situations I was calling for emergencies, and she might not declare the emergencies. I do though.
We had to come up with a system. This is a side note to his thing because I'm going to go in on him in a second. We had to come up with a system because he would call me frantically for outfit emergencies and he would text me emergency SOS SOS. So then we clarified 911 means like you're getting kidnapped, somebody's going to jump you, like you're in danger. And SOS means like fashion emergency. I need help picking this outfit. We had to define the fucking terms. And then he would get them confused every now and then and be like, 911 SOS. So I'm getting mixed fucking signals. And so I would answer the phone and he'd be like, oh, bitch, guess what I just ran into? I'm over here thinking he got fucking kidnapped.
Mind you, she's at home scrolling through TikTok. Not like she was busy.
He lost his privileges because one time I was sleeping. I had to go somewhere the next day or something. I'm sleeping. This is a big argument between us because he thinks I should drop whatever I'm doing to answer his call.
No!
And he is a chronic caller. Okay, so here's an example, right? Somebody calls you. If you call somebody and they decline the call, you notice it's only 2 rings. Do you not think like, oh shit, they're probably busy? He thinks, how fucking dare she? And so he'll call me consistently until I answer. And sometimes I'll be live on fucking TikTok and he will literally be calling me and it'll pause the live.
Okay, she'll fucking be on live and ignore my calls. And then I go to TikTok specifically because I know what she's doing. And then she'll be on TikTok live. Kevin's so fucking annoying. He just called me 7 times. Anyways, guys, today I made brownies. Like, you're ignoring your best friend's calls to talk to people you don't know about keto brownies? Listen to that. Listen to it.
Okay, if I'm in the middle of doing something, I don't think that I should have to answer the call. Like, if I'm doing, I was shopping one time. He was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's why you're...
No. No.
You go, that's the reason?
She called me after. She said, I was at an estate sale. Do you know how fucking close I was to buying, I don't know what the fucking product.
jacket.
But I was supposed to be like shameful because she was in the middle of buying a vintage jacket. Meanwhile, the guy I was talking to just dropped me because I was acting crazy overnight.
That sounds like a personal problem.
She's prioritizing the jacket.
I don't know. You could tell me, you could tell us which one, who's...
The estate sale or your best friend? No. The estate sale or your best friend? Be for real. Be for real.
Okay, now we have to talk about things that we
Okay,
love.
switch the subject.
No, it's...
Because I'm gonna get upset.
It's things that we love about each other.
Okay. Nothing's coming to mind.
I can't think right now.
Nope. No. Next subject.
They're gonna think we fucking hate each other. Oh my god. There was one time Kevin had a friend over. It was like a friend slash not friend. Like he was like...
What are you talking about?
A boy you were seeing at the same time.
Which one?
Okay, so it was like a boy he had over, right? But he was like a friend initially. And so he came over and he had never met me before. This is when we lived together and we were all hanging out and me and Kevin like talked really aggressively to each other like all the time. Like it's just kind of like, you know, like Bretman Rock and his sister, like when they first started making videos with each other, they were like, you're so fucking
Bretman Princess.
No, babe, no. Again, every time there's a Leo, you always identify with the Leo.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're not.
She wanted to be Princess so bad.
No, but you, no, thank you.
Princess!
Finish this in. Okay, so anyways, we fucking were living together or whatever, and he had never met me and him in the same room. Like, he knew Kevin, obviously that was his friend, but he never met me and he never seen us interact with each other, right? And so we're interacting with each other and I'm like, bitch, or like we're yelling at each other, what the fuck, like why'd you leave this out or whatever, right? And he's yelling at me and I'm yelling at him, but it's all like we're perfectly fine, like this is just normal every day at the house. Like I'm just like, why the fuck did you leave this fucking out, like what the fuck? And so and his friend ended up leaving the next day. Kevin goes, yeah, so like so like so-and-so came up to me yesterday and was like, you need to talk like way nicer to your friend, like you're so fucking mean to her. Mind you, the whole time we're like bitching at each other. And he thought that Kevin was like being mean, like aggressively mean to me, but it's just like how we communicate. I
honestly think that if you can embrace like the natural reaction,
yeah, then
your relation, yeah.
I'm looking in the mirror fixing my hair.
Yeah, this bitch is not even paying attention. Anyways, if you can embrace a natural reaction, I'm gonna put the tequila down.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. If you can embrace the natural reaction, then the relationship is going to be stronger. Because had I tried to withhold all of the annoyance, we wouldn't be friends anymore. Mm. So I have to be like, listen, you stupid fucking bitch. Fucking leave me alone. And we're still friends.
No, there was times when we were living together and I was asking Kevin where his silverware was. And he had like a bunch of shit in his room. I was like, Kevin, you have like plates and stuff in your room. I know that you do. And he's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. And so when he left the house to like go hang out with his friends, I went in his room and I was like, here's the fork. Here's the fork.
Okay. Mind you, invasion of privacy. Okay, she went into my depression pit. It's not my fucking fault.
You know, and like, you guys have all heard the story of like, well, some of you have, of me and Kevin like smoking together. I can't smoke, I can't handle it.
Okay, this is a whole different subject.
I know, but I was just thinking
Jesus fucking Christ.
because my brain's going to when you aggressively force me to do a bong rip.
Oh, okay. That was different.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, so I don't smoke because it's just not my thing. I literally can't think. I turn into like a mute individual. Like I just stop speaking like altogether and I just feel so uncomfortable that I just want to go to sleep. And so Kevin, it's just me and him in the apartment and he was like, come on, smoke, let's smoke. And I was like, I don't know. Like I'm kind of scared. And he was like, don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. You know when people do that to you?
Okay, you are leaving. Okay, the only reason I did that is because we had just moved in the apartment and I was, ripping my bong in peace, like nothing. And then Taylor, from a few seats away in this, like in our sala, like our kitchen, our living room, she's like, and I'm like, what? You just mentalized bitch? Like, do the bong rip. And she's like, no, I don't smoke. I'm like, Taylor, I've fucking seen you. Like, I know that you want to.
I just don't like the feeling and I feel so weird. And I feel like people are like, I mean, it was only us.
It was only us in our apartment.
And so anyways, I've never ever hit a bong. Well, I have, but like not actually like how you're supposed to. Like I've never been taught. And so Kevin's like, okay, this is what you're gonna do, okay? And he's like explaining it to me. And then so he lights it and I start like inhaling the smoke and he was like, clear it, milk it. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I have a lungs filled with smoke, okay? And I'm like, he's like, hold it, like a coach, okay? Like I felt like I was wrestling for my life. And he's like, hold it. Okay, now blow out. And I was like, and then that's all it took, right? And then he goes, we decided to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. We put it on the TV. Like we had it all prepared. We had snacks out and everything. He goes, he's like, I'm gonna make myself some food. I'm making us some snacks. And I was like,
not even. We ordered pizza and I don't even think that you ate a single slice.
But you went into the kitchen for a little bit or your room to grab something.
Okay, fine.
And my eyes were like tearing, okay? Because I was trying to hold it in my
God!
And so then he comes back, okay? He comes back from the fucking, his room or whatever. And I'm gripping the couch and I'm like, and he's like, Taylor, it's been 5 minutes. Are you fucking joking me? And I was like, don't talk to me. And so he played the movie. And then the next day, he was like, oh my God, I can't believe I made you do like an entire bong grip. Like, that's fucked up. I'm like, you are the one that told me to do it. I thought that I was gonna be okay.
Anyways, my turn. Fast forward a year later, I moved out and I'm visiting home. I'm visiting Chicago after I had already moved to New York. And I'm with my cousin and we make edibles, right? So we make edibles and I give Taylor very clear direction. I think I said, eat half at a time. Don't drink while you're eating it and eat it in a calm setting.
Don't eat the whole thing.
Right.
Those are the rules.
That's why I said half.
Oh, I got it.
Are you high right now?
Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous?
She's drinking water. Jesus Christ.
You know, sometimes Kevin looks at me and he's like, no, I can't.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
So I gave her 3 rules and she broke all 3 in one sitting.
Yeah.
She calls me, and because I dropped them off, whatever, I was very specific. She calls me, and I promise you, my POV is Taylor hugging the toilet.
No,
you were already. Oh no, it wasn't. You're right. She called me on the front steps of her place, which was where we are right now.
Yeah,
you were on
yeah.
the front steps, and
I was shit faced.
And I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like,
No, I was.
I just took the cookie, and I'm like,
no, bitch, that is not what happened. I FaceTimed him. I was already shit-faced drinking with my family. And then they were all like just partying, drinking. And then I don't know what possessed me to fucking go out in front of the of my house. I FaceTimed Kevin and I'm like, he's like, why are you calling me? And I was like, just to see what you're doing. He's like, what are you eating? And I was like, the cookie. And he was like, how much did you eat of it? And I was like,
the whole thing.
He was like,
and I only gave her 3 because I don't trust her with anything else.
Yeah. He was like, I give you specific fucking rules. You're gonna be fucked up now. And I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna be like so super okay.
Anyways, fast forward 20 minutes later. Not a call from Taylor. It's Taylor's mother. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Me.
I gave her specific fucking instructions.
Chris, what did you do to Taylor?
I kept saying, I was like, my head's so heavy, it's so heavy.
She flips the camera and it's Taylor on the toilet, like.
I was smiling though.
Yeah, okay, but you were still sick.
Yeah, I was crying.
Anyways.
My mom says I threw up that night and I don't think I did.
My point is she broke all 3 rules and I don't smoke with her anymore.
2 people asked, what was your wildest night out together?
We can't answer that question.
I know, because it's like a lot.
There's a lot.
When you walked 10 miles to go home.
Okay, that's my story. That's not our story. You fucking bitch.
Oh, they want to hear you say sausages again.
Wait, I'm gonna switch my glass.
What did I say? I said, okay, don't touch the cord.
This to the side.
I said, don't touch the cord. And what did you do?
I touched the cord.
Kevin has listening problems.
You also walked barefoot from Wrigley to Boys Town one time, barefoot.
You're just lying now.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, this is not even for the video. You did. Stop it. Yes, you did.
I walked barefoot.
Yes, you did.
Barefoot.
Taylor, are you fucking kidding me right now? From Wrigley to Boys Town. Yes, you absolutely positively did.
Which shoes was I wearing?
Not for the video. I don't fucking remember the shoes, bitch. But you did. Ariana Grande. Oh, don't fucking move.
No, it's because this isn't closed. Oh, what were your first thoughts about each other?
I don't remember my first thoughts.
Well, Kevin looked like innocent. That's what you looked like.
Okay.
You looked like a little innocent little child.
Fine.
It was so deceptive. Like, it was... because he looked so innocent, but he was so rowdy and, like, chaotic in high school.
My first impression, I did not like her.
You're a fucking liar.
Because I didn't like who you were friends with.
What was I friends with? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kevin had beef with this one person in high school. He literally, I was DDing, and so I was like, and they lived.
Oh, you love that story.
Because you're a fucking psychopath. They lived like 2 blocks away from each other.
No, it wasn't 2 blocks.
How far was it?
10 minutes.
No, you were not 10 minutes away from each
Taylor,
other.
he lived in.
Okay, well, let's just say it was a short distance. And so they both wanted to leave. And so I was like, oh, I'll just drive you both. And at the point in time, like, close with both of them, I had met them both. Technically, I met him first. I met him freshman year, and I met you sophomore.
Oh, is that the fucking standard?
But the point was is that I was friends with both of them, and they fucking hated each other. And so I was like, oh, I'll just drive you both home. I had to choose between which person to drive home.
Bitch.
You wouldn't let me drive both of you together.
And who did you drive home?
You wouldn't get in my car.
Yeah, so who did you drive home?
You wouldn't get in the car.
She drove the other guy home. And I walked home.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Did you actually?
Yes.
He walked. But that is his own choice. That's his own choice. I said I would drive them. I said, fine. I even offered. I was like, I'll drive him home, come back, pick you up. And
Which
drive
would
you
have
home.
been too much. So I did the responsible thing and I walked.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Alleged Tea podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe and thank my guest here, Kevin Delgado. Please feel free to follow him on Instagram at WoKevo on Instagram. All right, guys. See you on the next episode. Love you.